It's Sean Lamb here for Streaming Media Producer at NAB 2023. I'm here at AJA with Bryce, and we're going to be talking today about your AV Dante products. So the first question I have is, why Dante, and isn't Dante an audio protocol?
Yeah, so it's been really interesting. We've been dealing with Audinate for a while. A couple of years ago, we put out the OG 12G AM, which is an open gear card, and that card was designed to integrate dense audio channels through the Dante AV network into 12G SDI workflows and vice versa, back out the other way. And being open gear cards, we could put up to 10 of them into a chassis, into the frame, which meant you could deal with 640 channels altogether. So we were aware that they had a dream to be able to marry video to audio and have as little latency as possible, especially for live performances and so on. So in terms of their protocols and the way they've integrated their system, they're making it very easy for everyone, because you've got an entire industry that's been working with Dante Controller that you see on the screen here, which is almost a spreadsheet-like way of routing one audio channel to another for source destination. And now that includes video over the top. So when it comes to the video choices, they've got two main flavors. The Ultra, which is what we've gone with, the JPEG 2000. And they also have H, which is the H.264. And so we've always had clients that have done really high-end productions, whether it's Madonna tours or Rammstein coming up this summer. Mate of mine's working that show, so in fact he works as a beta tester for us within this kind of process. And the key advantage here is, A, you've got cinema quality video. Being JPEG 2000, it can be compressed, but you're not losing actual video in terms of perception. And that can be done across a 1 gig E stream, which is also very appealing, because the higher end of video over IP tends to be the SMPTE 2110 stuff that's uncompressed. You need a lot of hardware and you need a lot of bandwidth. So this can work for most people, including churches and all sorts of scenarios. And the really key thing is, church environments are no different to tours at this point. You've always got bands going on, it's live, and people are really perceptive of when things are out of sync. So having the singers and so on, and you actually get to see them physically on stage if you're close enough, and you look up at the huge screens behind them, you want all of that to be in sync. So this platform gives us that ability.
All right, let's talk a little bit about latency, and let's talk about bandwidth. How many streams can you utilize before you saturate that 1 gig network?
So that's the great thing, is you can actually adjust the compression anyway. So we give you the capability to do that. It basically goes from peanuts to 700, which some people will want for the 4K signals. If you're doing HD, you might go lower. So it's going to vary a little bit. And then in terms of latency, that was really key, because some of the other formats that are out there, latency works great for editing, for items like that. But within the live world, you want as little as possible. And we're able to basically get sub-frame timings happening with the Dante AV. So that's really key in terms of going from source to destination. And we think there's going to be a lot of interest and uptake here, because you just got that perfect combination of really good imagery and really important video audio sync in these live environments, and you can get by with a 1 gig E switch. Now, if you're going to do a ton of 4K, 60p type stuff, the chances are all we'll do there is swap out the switch for 10 gig. And those larger environments certainly have the budgets to do that. That's not too expensive as a move. But you've got the flexibility here, and then the majority of people are going to be just fine with 1 gig E.
From a hardware perspective, in terms of the actual products that you're bringing to market here, you've got the transmitter, you've got the receiver. So for every send, you need one transmitter, and then you need a receiver to match each transmitter. Is that correct?
Correct. So within the business, you can do transmit, receive, or you can do what they call TR, which is a transceiver. We realized pretty quickly there were a few things going on. If you do a transceiver, it's harder to figure out your bandwidth realities because you could be going two directions at the same time. Secondly, it costs you more money to implement that. And we also understood, in terms of speaking to people, they're going to require a different balance. So let's say there's only 3 cameras, then you might be buying 3 transmitters. But when it comes to the amount of displays around the facility, there could be 10 of them going on. So in that case, you're going to want more receivers. So you've got the ability here to mix and match. It allows us to give you a really good price point at $24.95 US MSRP. So you can spend the money where you really want it to go.
Excellent. Now, utilizing Dante as a solution, as an option, doesn't mean that you're not supporting other protocols. I mean, you still are in copper, and I see behind me there's also NDI. Just touch base on AJA's commitment to NDI workflows as well.
Oh, we're committed to it all. You know, we make products for the retail market. We make products for the OEM market. We're Switzerland. We've never really tried to favor one group over another. We're much more interested in what benefits the entire industry. And people are going to have different demands, different use cases. And so our philosophy is to do what we can for everyone. So when it comes to video over IP in general, that means, you know, we're a founding member of AIMS. So for the high-end broadcast stuff, that uncompressed video, especially for very expensive sports events, Super Bowls, things like that, we need to be in place for that. NDI has done very well and, you know, almost in a guerrilla manner, taken over a lot of the lower end to mid-end video over IP needs. Really great for transporting stuff for post-production, all sorts of items. And then we've built boxes now that bring that all together. So we've got stuff like the Bridge Live, which we're showing here. And in fact, we've got a new codec that we announced for that, which is JPEG XS. So within a box like that now, you can literally transcode between MPEG-2, MPEG-4, HEVC, NDI, obviously get 2 SDI systems in and out, and now JPEG XS. So if you've been following what AIMS is trying to do there, is they've got the uncompressed version that broadcasters are using today, but it's more than likely that JPEG XS is going to be the codec that is utilized for the AV business. So the fact that we're already in this game, we're figuring out what it takes to do these different types of transcodes, and working with a great partner there, like Compromato, who've been doing this for years, you know, we benefit, so, and our users benefit. And the bottom line is we will partner, you know, with anyone that really is interested in helping end users. That's the way we drive ourselves.
Well, thank you very much, Bryce.
Thank you, Sean.
This has been a look at AJA's AV Dante Solutions at NAB 2023. I'm Sean Lamb for Streaming Media Magazine.